Once upon a time in the city of St. Petersburg, Russia, there lived a brilliant scientist named Ivan Pavlov. He was known for his groundbreaking work in the field of psychology, particularly his experiments on conditioning. Let's step into his laboratory and witness the story of Pavlov's famous experiment. In a small corner of Pavlov's laboratory, there was a room with a table, a bell, and a hungry dog named Biscuit. Pavlov was curious to understand how dogs learn and respond to certain stimuli. He hypothesized that he could condition Biscuit to associate the sound of a bell with the anticipation of food. Pavlov began his experiment by placing a bowl of delicious food in front of Biscuit. As expected, Biscuit salivated in anticipation of the meal. Pavlov then proceeded to ring a bell just before presenting the food to the dog. He repeated this process every day, ringing the bell just before providing Biscuit with the appetizing treat. Soon enough, something fascinating began to happen. Pavlov noticed that even when he rang the bell without providing any food, Biscuit started to salivate at the sound. The dog had formed an association between the bell and the anticipation of food, causing an automatic response of salivation. Intrigued by this discovery, Pavlov continued to refine his experiment. He introduced a series of different sounds, such as a whistle and a metronome, alongside the presentation of food. Each time, Biscuit's salivation response became connected to the specific sound that preceded the food. This phenomenon came to be known as Pavlovian conditioning, or classical conditioning. Pavlov's experiment had far-reaching implications. It revealed that animals, including humans, could learn to associate neutral stimuli with specific responses through repeated pairings. This groundbreaking discovery laid the foundation for our understanding of how conditioned responses shape behavior and learning. Beyond the scientific implications, Pavlov's experiment also demonstrated the power of associations in our daily lives. We, too, are influenced by the stimuli we encounter, and our responses can be conditioned through repeated experiences. Pavlov's work on conditioning revolutionized the field of psychology and influenced generations of scientists. His experiment with Biscuit the dog continues to be a classic example of how associations are formed and the impact they have on our behavior. As we bid farewell to Pavlov's laboratory, let us remember the story of the bell and the dog, a tale that revealed the wonders of classical conditioning. And perhaps, when we hear a bell toll, we'll pause for a moment and ponder the profound influence that associations can have on our lives.